Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are building a bunch of... My finances are Robert Bork, to tell you what. Building a lot of stuff. We're actually using our entire construction queue here. So, what else are we going to need after that? I remember thinking about... sulfur. Yeah, here we go. We got a lot of sulfur in the Customs Union. And I think we can live with importing a little less. So let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, we're bringing in a bunch from Prussia and a bunch from Britain. Let's cut the Prussian import route. Yeah, these are the railways we're building up in all these areas. So I think I'm going to cut that import route. I sure don't need small arms or artillery. Nevadic mass immigration. Excellent. So they don't need to bring in engines. Export route of cars to France is unprofitable. That's curious. Quite curious. Import of sulfur has been reduced by a little bit from Britain. So let's see where that puts sulfur in the scales. Alright. Sulfur is still a little bit low. We're getting most of ours from trade still. Sulfur mines are primarily in South Sumatra, North Borneo, Sind, Rajputana, and Delhi. So primarily South Sumatra. So those sulfur mines are having a hard time hiring, but they do have more capacity. Obviously, they're a little bit more profitable now because I just cut a trade route bringing it in. These sulfur mines are fully employed. And these ones are as automated as they can be. Yeah. So there are a few other sulfur mines in the realm. Ooh, I can go to a higher level of... Oh, but I need more power for that. Never mind. We'll leave that. Gosh, getting the country electrified is going to be just monstrously expensive from a power perspective. Yeah, boy howdy. Our sulfur capacity is a little low. Anywhere else we can build some in Mosul and Basra. That's an interesting notion. I could buy it from the Ottomans. That's curious. Are the Ottomans on free trade, though? I would hope they are. I should be so lucky. They're on mercantilism. Well, they shouldn't be having a hard time exporting it. So let's take a quick look at the Turkish market and see where the Turkish market is from a sulfur perspective. They're not producing any. Alright, so that's not going to work. Oh, alright. There we go. We're done. We're done with all those buildings. Alright, so let's take a couple more weeks and figure out where we are with the power block statues. The Ryots are petitioning for regulatory bodies. I'm going to leave that for the time being. I'm going to let our reactionary movement die down, which it actually already has. Primarily, the industrialists have a bunch of opinion malices that are slowly decaying. So as those get better, I'll be able to do more. Ryots are feeling okay. They'll be feeling better once we're increasing the increasing regulatory bodies. Obviously, we have Indian and Muslim national movements. So the Muslim national movement is below 25% activism. The Indian national movement should be too. They are. They're at 0% activism, but we haven't done one of these things. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Well, I've kind of given up on that event. The only strong movement we have at this point is the reactionary movement. And by strong, we mean 12%. Reasonably active anarchist movement, but they're not doing stuff. Spain sides with Kutai. Let me see. I've got a 14th Indian Army that... Well, these skirmish infantry desperately need to be upgraded. I've got a 13th Indian Army. Let's go ahead and put this into the 14th. Where are they? Here they are. switching everybody over. 14th Indian Army, we're going to rename this. We're going to rebase this. Oh, they're already rebased. Alright, beautiful. So we'll call this the Southeast Asia Army. And we've got an event. A dangerous idea. Speaking at a protest rally in North Borneo, an Indian National Movement speaker urged the listeners to boycott the British lifestyle and return to their How are we still having this one? Return to their Hindu roots if they... You know, I'm going to say that they're both at 0% activism. I'm going to say they must both learn their place. Going to give them slightly bigger activism, but that's fine. Now, what was I doing? Oh, right. I was managing armies. So this is the Southeast Asia Army. I'm going to cut these... Well, that was weird. What happened to those other units? They go into the 4th Indian Army? No. Alright, beautiful. Anyway, that was weird. So, I'm going to put a few units of infantry. Gosh darn it. And then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 5 units of cavalry, and that should be plenty. Okay, so they won't all be from there, and that'll be fine. Quickly build those out. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is upgrade my navy, because I'm currently using ironclads, and I could be using dreadnoughts, and lots of mass immigration. While I could immediately jump forward to researching battleships, I don't think that's the right call right now. So, what we'll do, I have 60 levels of dreadnoughts, so we'll just kind of build those. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. And we'll throw those in construction, and what'll happen is, as I get those, same as I've done with the other... Oh, I only built 30. Hold on. No, try again. And I'm going to build a bunch of levels of dreadnoughts for the 2nd Indian Fleet as well. I'm just going to build up one more scout crew. Actually, I'm going to build way more scout cruisers. I'm going to have 70 levels of scout cruisers and 60 levels of dreadnoughts. Gosh darn it. I'm so good at video games, y'all. Beautiful. So I'll be a little low on infrastructure? No. Which was low on... Mysore. Mysore is low on infrastructure. We'll go ahead and put those at the top of the queue so that they get built ASAP. Not that these other things take a long time to build. They certainly don't. Alright. Now we can relax a bit. Oh, Southeast Asian Army needs some commanders. Let me see. Here's the civil servants guy. He's ruthless. Here's... we'll just give him a promotion. He's a radical. As a backup, I think we'll put in this... we don't want that extra morale loss. We'll bring in this Bajralox guy. Oop. Kutai backs down. Alright, very well. And now we have a Southeast Asia army. Excellent. So our primary goal right now is getting standard of living up, which it has gone up significantly. Any other law changes I could make that would be useful to me right now? I'm in commercialized agriculture. I could go to homesteading. But that would make the industrialists even angrier, and I don't necessarily want that. Everyone likes presidential republic. Nobody likes multiculturalism, but we're going to keep it. I could go to regulatory bodies, but the the industrialists are still big mad about that. Could go to women's suffrage. Zamindars would be big mad. Hindu priesthood would be big mad. Do I risk going there while I've got this petition active? I think I do. I think we're doing it. But that's going to make the traditionalist movements angrier. And now that it's funny. Now that I've gotten this thing, I know this is bugged or something, but now that I've gotten this to the point where it's like it's doing the right thing, I kind of want to see if I can make it happen. So I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for now. My ratio of loyalists to radicals is pretty rock solid. So I'm feeling pretty confident overall in my ability to do stuff. So let's take a look at where we are with leverage for our power block. We do have a certain amount of leverage over Sintang. In fact, let's invite Sintang. They're likely to accept, but it's not certain. Sintang. I will support you, and that'll make us better friends. Gonna improve relations, and we'll send the Bengal Defense Force to assist. There are two fronts for some reason, so we'll send the Madras Defense Force as well. This is gonna be real easy. Just making sure I'm not actually fighting France here, because that's something I for sure would not want. Alright, so now we'll grab the Indian Navy, and we'll reduce completely the ironclads. And what that means is all of those, the employees of those naval bases are just going to go straight into the dreadnought bases, and that'll be fine. Except we've wound up with some extra fleets, which we can, of course, get rid of and put those units in the Indian Navy. So I'm going to rename the Indian Navy the First Indian Fleet. Go ahead and confirm that. And hopefully, with Sintang feeling better about us, we'll be able to get them into our customs union, no problem, or into our power block, which we're very close to having another mandate on, which would be absolutely delightful. Now, it would be a real nice get if I could get Turkey in here. Turkey is an unrecognized regional power, so I could definitely pull them in. What kind of leverage have I got over Turkey? It's not great, but I do have an investment pact, so let's look at other things we could have. I could take on their debt. It's 15 million. That's functionally nothing. We'll do it. Beautiful. Let me see. I could use my obligation to get a trade agreement, or I could use it to get... So the power block embassy will be much more effective in terms of doing the thing that we want to do. This will just increase leverage generation, so let's do it. There's our little war. Very good. Dreadnought warfare. Excellent. Guns and steam. Shyama Karmahe has successfully deployed our impressive dreadnoughts in the ongoing conflict, proving that they are not mere vanity projects for the Navy. At first, onlookers were shocked, As it appeared from a distance, the ship itself had exploded. In fact, the flames engulfing from its first full broadside. The ship itself was quite unharmed, although I have heard later that it is inadvisable to keep any fragile objects on board for such an occasion. More impressive now than ever, extra prestige. Or now we know how to use them effectively even in peacetime, extra prestige from Navy power projection. I think raw prestige is much better than from Navy power projection, so I'll do the first one. Then we have a good vintage. The wine produced in Pashtunistan has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. When people say that something ages like wine, they don't always make the distinction between wine and wine. So let me make that distinction. If you can get your hands on a bottle from Pashtunistan, that bottle can be more than just a good time. It can be an investment. I'm going to make this an exclusive product for export. The other option is extra throughput, and I can almost never use that. So I'll make it for export. Now, let's do some investment in Turkey and see if we can pull them into our power block. So what do they need? They need explosives, they need steel, they need engines. Beautiful. And they need glass. Let me see. Plenty of infrastructure and labor available in Ankara, so let's build up Ankara. We'll build 3 levels of glassworks, 3 levels of motor industries. Oh, interesting. New election, new parties. Alright, we'll need to take a look at that. 3 levels of explosives factories. And, of course, the requisite sulfur mines to support them. Munitions plants and steel mills. Alright, so we'll put a munitions plant in here, just one for the moment, and 2 levels of steel mills. So, let's take a quick run at our politics and see how things are looking. We're still in a righteous government, so the Liberal Party, the Budgerlocks have broken off from, or no, the civil servants have broken off from the Liberal Party, and now the industrialists want to join the Liberal Party, and the Ryots have broken off into the Agrarian Party. So this is actually unfortunate. I can't boot the Agrarians out of the government because I've got a petition going. Authorial intent. A minor scandal is buzzed around the Liberal Party as a piece of reformist fiction written by Mohandas Gandhi in his youth has begun to circulate once more. Whilst enthusiastically written, that is the work's only merit. The plague of superstition and dogma was the end of India. If that is so, why are the trains still running? How could they possibly have acquired the coal to fuel them? Your propensity to butcher your characters for cheap tragedy is nothing short of shameful, and to make matters worse, why would the engineer refuse to entrust those who saved his life with the knowledge of how to repair the train they depended upon, leaving them defenseless upon his decapitation? Hey, they changed the dialogue to have this one. That's a shame, because Estrid was very funny, and I did like the ship wars. But, you know, it is what it is. A tragic tale, but there's no reason to harass him. Minus 20% momentum to the Liberals. This is Gandhi's problem, not the party's. Minus 10% momentum for the Liberals. Gandhi gets reduced in popularity. Or this quality is reflective of the conservative repression of the arts. Minus 10% momentum, 33% chance Gandhi gets literary. Literary is increase in popularity, prestige, and infamy decay. Yeah, we'll do the third one. I'm still kicking around the notion of getting Gandhi in power. Did he get literary? He did. Excellent. It's made him even more popular. Oh gosh, his eyes are freaking out. That's how you know how great his soul is, because his eyes are freaking out. Okay, no, there we go. What's the line from The Men Who Stare at Goats? Sparkly eyes technique. Mahatma Gandhi has top tier sparkly eyes technique. Mohandas is his first name. Mahatma has a title. I know that from having studied, and in studying, I learned that man is mortal. So, let's see. I could offer them military assistance. Wouldn't you like some military assistance? I'm infamous. I'm infamous. Why do people keep calling me infamous? That'd be nice. Alright, so, power block. 3 months, still one more so we get another mandate, and then I'll take a look at some of that stuff. Okay, so let's do I want to go to workers' rights right away? I think the answer is yes. Industrialists will be mad, but I can live with that because well, how's the election projected to go? Congress Party's lost a ton of votes. Agrarian Party is straight down the center. Liberal Party has gained quite a few votes. Radical Party is projected to be pretty weak, actually. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if I can put the Agrarian Party out, but in case I end up needing to. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The commander commends Civic Coalition. General Mishra has made public statements in support of the Agrarian Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. It is my duty to defend the nation and its interests. Politics is as much a part of war and battles as battles and logistics are. I don't see the problem with doing my duty and doing my part to make sure that those who are best fit to protect the nation end up being the ones in charge. Udana Sharaya Mishra. Wasn't he leading the country for... No, he was not. That was someone else. So he's a moderate. Actually, this has the potential to solve my problem. So I can say he can say what he wants, or reprimand him, good officers. So that gives extra momentum to the Agrarian Party. Option 2 is reprimand him. Good soldiers don't give orders, they take them. That makes officer pops more radical. Or I can say if he likes politics so much, he ought to get more involved. That moves him to leadership of the Ryots. I'm actually going to do this, because that should kill this, and there it goes. Beautiful. Does that change the momentum of the election? It does. It makes the Congress Party more likely to get the votes in turn. Alright, wonderful. I did politics, and it was awesome. Meanwhile, what can I do to make my investments in Turkey better? How's iron? Iron is a little expensive. Wood is very expensive. Turkey, do you have anywhere I can build up logging? I sure can. We'll build up logging in Ankara. While I'm doing this, I should be building up railways in Ankara as well. Because there is a port here. So there is port connectivity between Turkey and Turkey. Let's take a look at the capital. Oh, Dokutrakia. That's different. That's different. That didn't used to be... It used to be just called Constantinia. That's pretty neat. Let's get some logging camps here. Turkey, I know you need log. So Turkey's got a lot of coal, and a lot of fabric, a lot of hardwood, and a lot of tobacco. Interesting. No fertilizer use. Well, they're going to have fertilizer use in a minute once I've built some explosives factories. So that is what that is. Sam wants to increase autonomy, huh? Oh my goodness, I'm not improving relations with Dainan. I need to improve relations with Dainan, and fast. Well, that was extremely silly. Hey, I made it up to 15.2 standard of living. That's excellent. Great Britain's dealing with an uprising in Hunan. That's fine. Is the capital over here? It is. Which means this is likely to be China. I don't think... That has to be the dumbest. Because China, you're... China, you're just providing a path for Great Britain to cut through you to deal with this thing. How could you do this? What are you even getting out of this? Nothing? Absolutely silly. Socialist internationalism. The Congress Party is receiving election campaign support from the communist trade unions in Italy. So comrades come rally, and the last fight let us face. The Internationale unites the human race. Italian socialists are welcome here. 30% extra momentum, more communists in India. Or try to limit foreign influence, 10% momentum. I'm going to go with the second one. And that'll be fine. Alright, let's work on getting women the vote. Let me see. No one's going to get too mad about this. The All-Indian Muslim League and the Hindu Traditionalist Movement. Oh, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll deal. They always deal. Oh, they gained that immediately, huh? Okay, so, how does that impact this event? Okay, so that has gone off. So that's interesting. Anyway, I'm not too worried about that. Does this have a failure? Yeah, no. Only if I lose a bunch of states will that happen. Afghan Socialist Revolt, that's exciting. But they're losing, which is a shame. I am almost assuredly going to have a big fight with Great Britain. One more big fight with Great Britain before the game ends, but it's going to be on my terms. Campaign financing. Parties, particularly the Agrarian Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. Let's see what you men are charging. Fees, yes, that's to be expected. What's this lodging charge? That fancy hotel room could house half a village. And there's enough wine billed here to drown a fish. Those don't come cheap, sir. You want to win, right? Some money can be spared for them. Oh, that's a lot of money, but 10% momentum. Every party can be provided with basic funding this election cycle, plus one opposition, which is group approval. Or if a party can't afford to campaign, should it be campaigning? Reduce momentum for the agrarians. I'm going to go with the third one. The agrarians are kind of conservative, so it's not necessarily... I'm not in love with the idea of them being stronger. Can I fund lobbies? How much does that cost? Let's do it. So, Sintang. Ooh. Sintang. %81 chance. Let's do it. If it doesn't work, we'll conquer them later. Excellent. And now we can do a new mandate. I'm actually going to wait, take a quick look between episodes, see how that looks. How's our power block leverage with Turkey? It's getting better. It's getting better. I'm feeling exciting. I'm feeling excited. Sorry. Something going on in the south here involving France. Oh, this is just a rebellion in Tahiti. Alright, so this I can be neutral on. This I can be neutral on. Hey, law progresses steady. Wonderful. And Jebel Shamar I can certainly be neutral on. There's the election. So, Congress Party got more than 50% of the vote. That's rad. So, I can for sure boot out the Badralaks and the Ryots without causing myself any problems at all. So let's do that. It's an all-radical Congress now. Hopefully I don't torpedo my chances. Looks like I have not. So things are looking pretty good. Let me see. Oh, we're not done with the episode yet. We can go just a hair longer. So investments in Turkey are paying off, hopefully. Taking their sweet time about it. More furniture manufactories are needed. Let's build them up in the capital. Let's build any amount of furniture manufactories in the capital. I'm going to buy Turkish sulfur. Hopefully that'll create some demand for... that's fine. I can't import it. Oh my gosh, this is pathetic. I can't import sulfur from Turkey. That's really sad. Put a little bit more iron. How's the price of green in the Turkish market? It could be better. Alright, well, we'll build up some agriculture. Do you have profitable agriculture anywhere? At least a little bit. Cotton plantations are profitable. Opium too, apparently. Active mass immigration, excellent. Finally, Trabzon tea plantations. Alright, so that'll be nice. Anything else that's super expensive in the Turkish market that I can focus on building up? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like my development plan has been less than effective for the moment. They certainly need paper mills. So let's go ahead and throw some of those in the capital. Well, they already have a few and they can't hire. Embarrassing. We'll build more. That's sure to work. Alright, that having been said, that is all the time we've got for today, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.